This silly little bottle of cream foundation took me on a road trip in my mind, in my memory. Have you ever done that? Earlier today, I had to put some foundation on, and I haven't done that since last fall. It'd been quite a while since I'd done it. But anyway, I went ahead and found it, and it kind of was clumpy and fell apart, which just didn't really surprise me. But all the more, it kind of felt significant. Like, what the hell's this about? So I shook it up and put it together, and I put it back on, and okay, that's fine. And then my brain does what brains do. It took a little road trip down memory lane. You remember when we used to get up and do that every day? You'd wake up, get dressed, brush your teeth, put your makeup up. My kids used to call it make it, not make up. I've never forgotten that. But basically, put on the face and go out and greet the world. These days, it's now just for special occasions or when I want to look pretty decent on the videos that I make for you guys. And I'm so glad you're here. If I've forgotten to tell you that, thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Because we're going to talk about some things tonight about what happens to us when we take these little journeys and what you remember. So for me, my brain kicked into when I was about 17 years old. This was in the late 60s, maybe early 70s. And I was remembering a time when I was a flower power child. Jesus freaks, all of that. Remember that time? I got in a rickety old bus from my church youth group, and we rode from my little hometown in Louisiana to New Orleans to go to Jackson Square. Now, mind you, I'm in a leather jacket with all the braids hanging down, a leather hat, and low riding jeans and that were bell bottoms. And of course, I had those Jesus sandals on. I'm sure we all remember those. I was ready to spread the love. That's all I wanted to do is I just wanted to spread the love. I believed in love as a powerful force. Well, as time happens, I grow up, I end up, and I marry a minister. Okay, what a unique position I've been put in. I can now really work to spread the love. But it turned out that wasn't quite where I wanted to be. And we can talk about that in depth later. But after 17 years of serving churches, I made my exit. And I did all of that work with a complete conviction of believing that love could do everything for us if we would just allow it to. Now, when I'm thinking about that little girl that was 17 years old, dressed in her leather, and how the church ladies back home would have had conniption fit, is the way we used to say it. I was dressed for a purpose. I had no idea how long it would take me to actually arrive back to that purpose. After all the years I served as a minister's wife, I never really felt that I was living my purpose because guess what? That was a life of performance. I had to show up, have the right smile. My kids had to be dressed right. I had to serve on the right committees, go to the right PTAs, get dressed, do all the right things for all the wrong reasons, as it turned out. Because these were all other people's occasions. These were other people's passions. They weren't mine. It just became part of my marriage because that's who I was married to. I was setting up every day, getting up every day, putting on makeup for rooms that I really didn't even belong in. So I muted myself. I was very polite, easy to get along with, supportive, baked the cakes, worked the front end of the church on Sunday mornings, handed out programs, but I was always quiet and pleasant until I retired. Now, it takes me longer to get ready on an average day, if I get ready at all. I don't really have to. I'm completely self employed. I live a solo life, and I like it like that. But it does take a little bit longer. I've made my peace with all of that now, but here's what the makeup did for me this morning. It reminded me of that passion that I had. It reminded me that I wanted to be someone who spread goodness into the world. And now I do it by working with women over 60. I just got finished holding a workshop for a group of women who are in various stages of retirement and exploring different ways of approaching retirement and what it means for them. And we had some really lively, wonderful conversations. It was a really good experience. We do this on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, two different groups of people. But the idea is to recognize we have advantages that our mothers and our grandmothers never had. In the next coming days, I'm going to explore what those advantages look like that we can tap into to refine, reimagine what retirement looks like. And that's what I mean about rewiring how we think about retirement so we can reimagine our life currently in this fourth act of our four-act play. Thanks for hanging there with me. Later, Gator.